What if I told you Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls' success is dependent on the lessons they learned from their last game, Guilty Gear Strive? Now wait, before we go further, hear me out. I do not think Guilty Gear Strive is a bad game at this point. Honestly, I think it's actually a really well-rounded fighting game. I don't want to get too deep into the Xrd or the Guilty Gear Strive debate. I don't want to do that. I am also not here to talk about the complexities of Guilty Gear Strive and what makes it more cool or boring in comparison to its previous installments. I just want to make sure Arcsys get this right, and we got a long way until 2026, bro. The last thing I want is I don't want people to get caught in the hype cycle and then get disappointed by it, especially since it is a Marvel collaboration with Arcsystemworks. You may not even know, but this is a big deal. This is like one of the biggest in the history of video games right now. So before I go any further in this video, tell me some things you don't like about Guilty Gear Strive and you hope they avoid in Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. Make sure you hit the like button while y'all doing that, and let's get it. Now first things first, you're probably wondering, isn't Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls a tag fighter? Why aren't you comparing it to Dragon Ball FighterZ, since that was their last biggest collaboration? Number one, I feel like we're so farther past the beginning of Dragon Ball FighterZ when it released, and I can talk about the problems it had day one, but they fixed majority of all of those problems in DBFZ by now. Guilty Gear Strive, currently on its 4th season of upcoming DLC, it still got some issues that we need to talk about. And these issues cannot be here or be disappearing day one. They already got a good outlook from press already. They can't fumble along the way. And even then, all the problems that DBFZ had day one, they already confirmed they added them in Tōkon already, like the netcode. This is the biggest one. I've been trying to tell my friends, a lot of people are hype and they're like, yo, tag Marvel by Arcsys, yes. But if you're one of those people that come from Marvel vs. Capcom 3 or 2 or even Infinite, don't expect this to be exactly like those games, but by Arcsys. They're gonna do their own thing, and if anything, it's gonna be closer to DBFZ and its gameplay style. And for me back in the day, that is why I didn't like Dragon Ball FighterZ at one point.
Are you serious right now, bro?
Even though Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite was a way worse game than Dragon Ball FighterZ, I can tell you that I had so much more fun with Infinite's gameplay out the box than I did Season 1 of FighterZ. Personally, I didn't like DBFZ till Season 3 came around, and I've been vocal about that on this channel. So I want people to temper their expectations and realize this is a new thing, a new game, not trying to be the Marvel vs. Capcom 4 or the Marvel replacement that everybody's been asking for. I watched the trailer so many times already, and this might be just early looking into it or looking at it too much. But Dr. Doom's gameplay, he ain't got no foot dive. They probably gonna give him his own version of a dive kick and do foot dive. Who knows? So I just want people to know that this is not going to be your Marvel replacement. And rather, I want Arcsys to go back to being the crazy, wacky games that they used to do. I'm not asking for the games to be complex or super fucking broken or make things boring. That's not what I'm asking. I just want Arcsys to make a game that they want to make with the Marvel IP. And I know they still got that dog in them with this, especially how big it is going to be. I already know this game is going to be insane with the tag mechanics in its gameplay, but I don't think it's going to be that insane. For example, since this is a 4v4 game, I think they're actually going to adopt the cool thing from BB Tag. And hear me out before y'all, BB Tag. I got you, hear me out. In BB Tag, when you're performing assist moves or use the partner button, BB Tag has a dedicated partner button typically labeled the P, and pressing this button causing your assist. Whatever direction you hit, you can modify the assist move by holding the direction while pressing the partner button, which is neutral or back, forward. And I think what Tōkon's gonna do is make it to where like your main character and the 3 other ones is gonna be like forward, neutral, or back. That way you can control all 4 characters. Number 1, the biggest thing they can't do when they drop a fighting game, and I've been dealing with this if y'all haven't been living on the rock or haven't watched this channel, with Bleach Rebirth the Souls. I honestly think no fighting game should not launch with rank. You need to have rank day one. And the reason why this is important in Strive's case is Guilty Gear Strive is finally, for the first time ever, getting ranked in its game like 3 to 4 years later. For a fighting game, that's crazy as hell to me. I don't know. That's crazy as hell. Like, More than likely, it will be there day one since Sony is in charge of this, and they do have PlayStation tournaments, which they're gonna push with that, like the Sony PlayStation tournaments with Marvel. That's already crazy in my head. Oh my god. The next big thing I want to talk about that they have to learn from Strive, essentially navigation. One of Guilty Gear Strive's biggest flaws today is navigation. The way the menus and things are laid out are very ugly and annoying to deal with sometimes. Like, it's straightforward, but then like the way it operates or moves, it's either unclear or very clunkish or weird, and you have to hit extra buttons just to get to where you need to go. They could simplify the menu a little bit more. I think they could do that. Oh, if you remember day one of Strive, this was horrible. The connecting the art code, don't do that again. Y'all gotta have another system in place. That is what really turned me off from the game early on, because I felt like I was doing more waiting for loading and waiting to play matches or getting into games. A big mistake of fighting games is not keeping players entertained enough to keep playing the damn game. That is the biggest fault with retention. Not it being hard, not it being easy, not it being babied. You just got to keep people interested in your game some way. And having me sit through menus and waiting on that damn art code, you used to be able to beat a Sonic Adventure 2 level by the time the art code was done. Speed running that shit. Now, this one is something I've been thinking about because I'm indifferent on. Some of them are really good and some are really bad. We got to talk about lobbies. Now, personally, I do like the chibi lobbies to an extent. One thing I got to give credit to 2XKO compared to every other game is that 2XKO's does make it feel interactive, and it does tell you how easy it is to get into games and where to go. It was very simple in my honest opinion. I'm perfectly fine with scrolling up and down and clicking a button though, so I ain't gonna act like I don't prefer that. However, if you want to have those lobbies and get people to have different avatars in its own game metaverse, I think that is cool as well. However, Strives has one of the worst because you can't even see everything. You have to literally move up like this is fucking Super Mario Bros. 3 just to get to your next destination. At least in games like Fighters and 2XKO, Street Fighter 6 even, I can see pretty much the whole round because it's 3D instead of pixel. I can't believe I'm actually defending game lobbies, but some are cool, can't lie. Now, last one is the big elephant in the room, and I'm not the perfect person to talk about this, but you see it on Twitter from word of mouth anyway. People hated the Strive balancing. Some of it can be people crying, some of it can be people that just don't understand what's really happening in the meta of their game. But I do think balancing is something that's always talked about in Strive for some reason. I even remember Happy Chaos was running amok crazy, and I think season 2 or season 3-ish. Also, one thing I hated about Strive was that they were adding new moves to the roster, but they were adding them in like different areas of the game. And I know that's weird, bro. Like, just wait till the next season and then add everybody's. I just don't get it. Like, and then again, I feel like not everybody got a new move and anything like that, so it just feels weird. Like, I don't know. I don't like that at all. That's something that they gotta drop that. The one thing they gotta get right, they gotta finally do costumes. You ain't slick, Daisuke. I called you. You just set your own bar up in the presentation. If you watch the Arcsystemworks presentation, you know Daisuke's new game is an action RPG, which is Damon and Baby. However, in Damon and Baby, it showed him customizing the character's outfits. He thought I wasn't paying attention, even though I felt salty. That's important. Y'all need to have costumes in Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. If you know Marvel Rivals, I think Marvel Rivals is the first game in the history of, this might sound like glaze. I think Marvel Rivals is the first game in the history, being out for almost half a year plus at this point. Every costume is 10 out of 10. Stop playing with them. They cooking. Y'all could do it too, Arcsys. I can keep going on and on with Guilty Gear Strive to not have happen in freaking Tokon Fighting Souls, but I don't want to hold y'all up all day, especially the hackerman shit, but y'all get the point. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure y'all hit the like button and subscribe. Also, if you would like to support the channel, becoming a member, we're going to be doing a lot more streams on the channel as well. That would be lovely too. And also make sure you follow me on Twitch, so when I stream miscellaneous or other things that may not go on YouTube sometimes, my Twitch is always there. Never miss nothing. And remember, you guys are golden, and that is raw. Squalor, peace, and I'm out.
stronger.